Yo guys, welcome back to the last video of 2025. Um and thank you so much for 101 subscribers. It means the world to me. I've done this channel for nearly 4 years now, and I've put in the hard work and graft to give you guys the best weather content and the best animations that I can possibly make. So next year in 2026 there'll be big things for the channel, so stay tuned for that. And as you can see already, I've upgraded massively. Because I did use a laptop before, but it was only Windows 11. But I've upgraded massively now for Windows 11, and I had one that was Windows 10 before. So you can see more content with more um with more higher graphics. So anyway, today's video we talking a little bit about the tropics of what I think is going to happen next year in the Atlantic, and the Eastern Pacific, and the West Pac. And then we're going to be talking about Tropical Cyclone Haley and Tropical Cyclone Grant. Now, this is we'll do Haley first because Haley is closer to land than Grant is. So this is Tropical Cyclone Haley right now. It's a category 1 on the Saffron System scale right now. And I believe personally, I think this is a Cat 3 right now. High end Cat 2, low end Cat 3 right now. The very simple reason why I think that is because just look at the look at how good the storm is becoming. Like look look where it was. This was 12 hours ago, okay? It was looking a bit ragged, worse for wear. It was being sheared and whatever. And then literally it had to break away from that convection, and then boom, now an eye starting to pop out on the visibles. If we visible go to visible, yeah, you can see the eye popping out. So if you come back here, you see, it was looking all right, a bit messy, just your average tropical, cyclone for this time of year. You can see the outer bands, yeah, the outflow bands and the outer bands around here. You can see the inflow bands. It's just all right, but then obviously then it has a bit of wind shear on it, and then obviously it sorts itself out. And now, obviously, it's started to get its eye out, popping out ready. But yeah, this is I believe right now this is Cat 2 at max. Shortwave IR though. Shortwave IR for this system. You can see the eye. It's a very small eye by looking at it. So this could be a pinhole eye. So we could have a rapidly, explosively intensifying hot cyclone out now at the moment. Now I'm not going to use explosively yet because we don't know if it is rapidly intensifying. It could be just gradually intensifying. But how this storm looked last night compared to now, I think it's rapidly intensifying. So, and obviously it's moving into a lot more better conditions. It's moving away from the wind shear. The only bit of wind shear that will actually affect it is when it actually makes landfall. So it's got at least a good 12, what, a good day or so before landfall. It's meant to be making landfall about the 31st, so it's got a good 2 days before making landfall. So that could give it plenty of time for it to become a Cat 4 or 5. But this is what they have it as right now. But I believe right now that Haley is one that is up to Cat 2. But they have Grant as 150 knots. They did have it at 120 earlier on this morning, 948 millibars. That's exactly the same as what the NHC have get not the NHC. The oh, they gave it 120 knots, 944 millibars. So yeah, they've upgraded it a little bit to 100 to 140 miles an hour. So that's not bad. 140 in December ain't bad at all. But for obviously the reason why I think they've downgraded it is because yeah, it doesn't really have the outflow bands as it did around uh previously on the eastern side of the storm. So I mean, and it is in 28-degree waters as well. So I mean, yeah. Other than that though, microwave imagery, look at this. Shows a buzz saw of a hurricane, well, of a cyclone. Um, good, a good rotation, good outflow bands, inflow bands. Um, good moisture, by the way. The moisture has some good moisture. I will show you, probably show you the moisture. The better satellite imagery of moisture, I think, is on tropical Tibbets. Um, but I will show you Cyclone Haley. Haley, I mean, the reason why I like tropical Tibbets is because they have a closer up of the storm, and you see, look how it was just a sloppy mess 12 hours ago, and now look, we're coming into a buzzsaw look of a cyclone. It has that annular look. It has that look of it becoming a very powerful cyclone. Now, you guys in Western Australia, keep an eye on this system. If this gets any stronger than a Cat 4 or high-end Cat 4, I will go live for an hour to cover this system. So stay tuned for that. All right. But we have Haley right now, which is, I think, rapidly or if not explosively intensifying right now. It's just getting more better organized. It's in a lot more warmer waters. It's in like 29 to 30-degree waters, maybe even 32-degree waters. So it is gonna have that. It's gonna have that fuel, that ocean heat content that it needs. Grant doesn't have the ocean heat content, so Grant's just probably just upwelling the ocean right now. Haley probably, Haley probably isn't, and this is this is what the kind of activity we saw last year. Well, a 24-25 season. Um, because we did have look. This is the 24-25 season. I mean, if you come back, if you go to December, I mean, that was Errol explosively intensifying from a category 1 to a category 5. I mean, that's what these systems can do. I mean, just because this storm is further south here, doesn't mean, oh, it's in colder waters. It's still in 29, 30-degree waters. Even though the hotter waters are up here, it's still in warmer waters. I mean, this, I mean, February, we had Zelia. We had nothing in December though, I don't think last year. I don't think we had anything in December last year. Yeah, I don't think we had anything in December. Yeah, look, nothing in December. It's just January. Yeah. Um, but at the moment though, um, I'm gonna go to current storms and I'm going to pick and see what they have for oh they have it well, they have it 60 knots, 1005 millibars apparently. But that's not. You see what I mean by the by the warm waters? So yeah, look, it's in like 32-degree waters right now. It has the ocean heat content to absolutely explode. So, and it, to be honest, it looks really good as well. But it is 1,000. I don't know why they've got it 1,000 millibars for. They've got this one at 1,003.99p. I mean, it's in warm waters, but I mean, the wind shear is probably going to absolutely destroy this system. So, I mean, the model data for the so we have a look at the Indian Ocean. You can see Grant there. They have it as nine. Apparently, it's nine. Apparently, it's 966 right now. Apparently, and then they do have another. They do have another storm now. That's that storm. That's Haley, which moves into the coast. Apparently, as a 972 millibar cyclone, but I think it's going to be stronger than that, to be honest with you, because it's in the warm waters and there's nothing really stopping the storm from rapidly exploding or rapidly intensifying, which I think it's doing right now. If not, it probably already started it ages ago. But yeah, you can see Grant slowly moving up here, and then Grant again intensifies back to like a major cyclone towards Madagascar, and then just literally starts to rapidly weaken from 959 millibars to 976, and then just graze the coast of Madagascar, and then move out towards the south and die off. And then there's another area of interest which is behind that. But then look at Grant; it makes a comeback. Grant does, unless it's a separate system. It's from a 969 millibar low in the Mozambique Channel. So that's like the 14th of January. So that's like four. That's like 2, 3. That's like 2, 3, 4 weeks away from now. 14th of January. So take that as a pinch of salt. It might not happen. Grant might just die because of the wind shear, which is expected to die anyway. But yeah, you can see another system does try and form after Haley. Doesn't, and then obviously you have one that forms near where Grant similarly formed, um, which would be about here. And apparently they want it to be 971. But the previous runs, they wanted it to be 970. They wanted it to be 970, 946 millibars near Mauritius and Reunion. But the previous runs, look at that, 946 millibars. Like that was last night's run. That was the last night's run, of course. And obviously this is today's run. Huge difference. They have it a lot further north. Look, a lot further south. Now a lot further west. It's a lot further towards the land. And obviously they have it. Well, it's here over the Mozambique Channel. Yeah, they have it over Madagascar. They have it south of Madagascar yesterday, which was Sunday. 972 millibars. They have it like literally near the south coast of Madagascar. Yeah, and then they have it then Sunday on the other run, and then they have a stronger storm behind Grant, 961 millibars, but that probably ain't gonna happen. I know that's not gonna happen because it's like 3, 4 weeks away yet. So I'm gonna select a storm though. I'm gonna select Haley. See what they want Haley to do. Currently, right now though, it is nine something. I mean, they are initializing it very, um, very. Yeah, they're initializing it very, very, very high. Like they want minimum central pressure of 971.6 millibars and max winds 65.44 knots. It's already at that right now, probably if not higher. So have a look at tropical tidbits. They have it 60 knots, I think, for Haley. No, they have it 75 knots, 976 millibars. So it's a lot stronger. It's like, but they have it as 90. They have it going from 75 knots to 90 knots, which 90 knots, 90 knots, 90 knots to miles per hour is 104 miles an hour. So it's meant to become a category two. But it's also 90 knots is 166.68 kilometers an hour. So technically it'll be a category five on the on the Australian scale. It'll be a Cat 5 on the Australian scale. Because don't forget, Cat 5 starts at 159 miles an hour. This will be 166.68 kilometers an hour, which it'll make it a category 5 on the Australian scale. So, and obviously it'll be 103.57 miles an hour on the um on the Saturn system scale, which is 104 miles an hour. So if you round it up, it'll be 105 miles an hour technically if you round it up. So it'll be a mid-range category 2, but it could still go higher than that because that's what these storms can tend to do. That's in flight level winds, by the way, knots. So see what another cone comes out with, but I'm gonna I'm gonna pick the JTWC, the best track. Gonna go with the JTWC right now. Joint Typhoon Warning Center. So yeah, they've got 99p. They've got Tropical Cyclone 10S Haley, and Tropical Cyclone 9 Grant. See what they're saying at the moment. That's the discussion. I don't want the discussion. Right, here's Grant. So they do have it at 120 knots right now. It was supposed to be 115 at this moment, but they did have it weakening. They did have it intensifying a little bit, which is surprisingly. It's not rapidly intensifying anymore. I don't think. I think it's installed this intensity because of the wind shear. It's affecting it a little bit. But it is meant to start weakening from here on out. 115, 15, 105, 95, 85, 65. See how it rapidly goes down? 65, 60 knots, 60 knots. And obviously when it gets up to here, it's probably going to be like in warm waters anyway. So because don't forget, it is moving a little bit further south, and obviously it will still be in the warm waters, but like when it's here, it'll probably be in like the 29-degree waters. And obviously it might get stronger, might get weaker, you don't know. But this kind of reminds me of like those strong storms that have moved from the Australian basin, became a Cat 5 in the Australian basin or Cat 4, and then became even stronger in the southwest Indian Ocean. But this is Grant, by the way. But yeah, and obviously you see how long Haley was alive for. I mean, when this storm first got named last night, it was looking kind of trash and horrible. And now, though, it is undoubtedly, I think right now, I think right now this is at least a Cat 2. This has to be a Cat 2 right now. There's no saying that this ain't a Cat 2 because if you look at the ocean heat content for Haley, I mean, this is Grant. This is what Grant will look like. This is what Grant looks like now, apparently. Apparently, this is what the model runs actually want Grant to look like. Yeah, they have no eye or nothing. So apparently, they want it to look like that near Mozambique, near Madagascar. 959. Right. What is the GFS doing? They have no eye. It's 962 millibars and they have no eye on the storm until it gets to about here. Look, I don't know what the GFS is doing, but they initialize it a lot weaker than what the actual than what they actually have given it. The ECMWF model, though, the European model, does have their storm at 988 millibars, so they have it a lot weaker. The ensemble models, though, the GEFS, this is the American. Oh, no, this is not the American model. Scratch that. But yeah, um, I mean, Grant does look like this right now. Potential cyclone Grant loop. Yeah, that's what Grant looks like right now. But you can see it's starting to weaken. I mean, look at the wind shear affecting the storm now. It didn't have that earlier on because look, you can see the outer band. Look at the outer band. Look, because it was fine here. Look, but the outer band here, outer band here. You had convection bands here, shielding the storm. Now, if you come back to here, look. I mean, no outer band here whatsoever. On this western side, on the western side, there's nothing, no band, absolutely nothing there. On the southeastern side and the eastern side, yeah, you have banding there. The wind shear's coming in from the north, so it's it's pushing into the east, and that's why Grant's eye is pretty much um dissipating at this moment in time. But because Grant's dissipating, it's also giving Haley more of an opportunity to get stronger quicker. But when they get stronger quicker, it means they can weaken before landfall, like what we saw with Errol last year. Well, this year. But yeah. Anyway, though, guys, this is all I have time for today. Unfortunately, because I've done this video for like probably 30 minutes now and whatnot. So yeah. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you very much for 101 subscribers. It means the world to me, guys. How you guys can get that, which I appreciate it, and thank you very much. But yeah. Uh, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. This might be the last video I do. I don't know yet, but this might be the last video of 2025, or I might have to go live when this storm makes landfall in Western Australia. If it's not that strong, if it's only a category 3, I won't. But if it's any stronger, then I will. So, yeah, anyway, like, love, stay safe from Haley. Tropical cyclone Haley, which is a category 1 right now on the Southern System scale, Cat 2 Cat 3 or 4. Well, it's Cat 5. It's technically a Cat 5 right now. Or yeah, it is technically a Cat 5 on the Australian scale right now, or a Cat 4. So yeah. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and see you all in the next video. Peace and have a great day.